Welcome to Flexible Friday. I'm Gina Bieland, the creator, founder, and chief energy officer right here at Strength, Stretch, and Shine, where all things are about flexibility, balance, and strength for your mind, your body, and your soul. Today I'm going to talk about, what do you think? Flexibility. It's Flexible Friday. Welcome to our first episode. And today I'm going to talk about flexibility, but not just as we think of it in terms of like lengthening and strengthening our muscles, but I'm going to take a little moment to talk about the correlation with both physical and mental flexibility. Flexibility is the key to stability, and that is both physical and mental. There's an interesting quote by Sakyong Nipaklan. Anyway, I'll work on that pronunciation. If the mind is flexible, the world is flexible. I thought that was a wonderful set of words for me to ponder, and I share that with you. The more flexible your body is, the less energy it takes for you to carry out your daily actions and activities, which allows you to utilize your energy for other things, right? We move about our world doing what we do and how we do it, but by being flexible in your body, working on the flexibility, which we'll talk about the benefits in a minute, that gives you additional energy in your day without doing anything else, by just being flexible. And the truth of the matter is thinking about, if you're flexible in your mind, that will also give you more energy to live your life to its fullest. So if you think about the benefits of, we're going to work with the human first, right? So you've got improved posture. Notice I just stood up. Improved balance, improved physical strength, right? You've got better physical performance, not only about your daily activities, but any of the additional things you want to do, sports, activities. And the balance part's really important too, because without the balance, both physically and mentally, our life's a bit rocky, right? You're going to have a hard time going on a hike if you don't have any balance. A hike, any kind of, take that a bit further. Any kind of adventure takes some flexibility, right? Adventure, any kind of adventure. Put that word in your mind. I kind of like that word. That may be our word of the week. I'm not sure. Find out on Sunday. Anyway, you all also have the obvious, which is an increased range of motion. It will reduce muscular tension and increase muscular relaxation, right? You tense and relax. That's how we work our muscle. Tense, release, tense, release, tense, release. So what we do in the flexibility aspect is we're lengthening and strengthening all of our muscles, including our mind. And that's what we do on Sundays in our 45-minute segment, Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here, live, or you can catch the replay anytime you want to. So then you go from your physical flexibility, which is pretty obvious, into mental flexibility. So what if we could cultivate, I love this thought, a flexible mindset to promote good health in our mental and emotional well-being? Cultivate a mindset. So our mind is like a muscle, right? The more ways we stretch it, the more flexible it becomes, the more we use it. And with practice and awareness, so put that word on your calendar, adventure, awareness. Think about that. The more awareness, the more flexible it becomes, the more, right? And I'm going to give you a couple of exercises you can do to make your mind flexible in just a moment. So with practice and awareness, we can begin to develop a more agile mind, which will help us to live more resilient, creative, and fulfilled lives, right? A flexible mindset moves us away from our limiting thoughts, right? Away from those thoughts and patterns and things that we do in our little box that we've trained ourselves to do so well, and to become more open and positive. I like that, open and positive. So I'm going to give you a couple ideas of what you can do to open up that mindset. You can change your scenery. Take a walk around the block. take a coffee or tea break, take a moment to sit and be aware of what you're doing. Be aware of your surroundings. You know, I really love the fact that I used to go to work a certain direction, and I would drive down this road, and I was always about getting to the parking garage and how I was going to do it. And one day I made myself walk down the opposite way, because I would go home a different way, one-way roads. And I never knew there was a flower shop on the other side of the street that I drove to work. And I found it fascinating because I love fresh flowers. And it made me realize that I missed so much of what the world is, just taking a walk around the block. So in changing your scenery, take a vacation. It could be a staycation. And also exercise, any kind of movement. You know, life is movement. So any kind of movement, exercise, dancing, turn the music on, that'll switch your mindset. So that's easy. Try something new. Oh my gosh. I was one of those people that was never going to do anything new unless I already knew how to do it. Now, that's a challenging experience in this world. Back in the 80s, I wanted to scuba dive, but I didn't want to take scuba diving lessons with anyone I knew because maybe I didn't like scuba diving. Maybe I wasn't going to be good at scuba diving. Well, so I took scuba diving lessons with people I didn't know, but it did two great things. One, I found out I love scuba diving, and I made some wonderful new friends. So that was a stretch for me, right? That was a stretch. What if physically I couldn't do it? What if mentally I couldn't do it? I mean, I had all this whole list of what if crap going on. And then yet it opened a whole new world of people, a whole new world of adventure, and a whole new world of how I saw things. So that was exciting, and I used that as a wonderful analogy. Be curious about your thoughts and words. Don't be judgmental. We're judgmental all the time. My gosh, we are so judgmental. There's that subconscious just chatting away. Just be curious about it. Be curious about your thoughts about things. Like, why did I have those limiting thoughts about scuba diving? Right? How funny is that I made up that story? So be curious. I love that word, curious. Now be spontaneous and change up your routine. Try a new way to go to work. Try a new way to go into I just did something last year after the great COVID experience. I started going in the other door at the grocery store. Parking in a different spot. Like, how rote had I become that I parked in one of the same 4 spots and I went down the aisles in the same, like, what did that do for me? Well, apparently I'm somebody who likes routine. So switch that up, be spontaneous. And allow time and space for daydreaming. Allow time and space for daydreaming and creativity. And this is something I really, really love. Actually practice thinking creatively. Now, I don't think of myself as a creative person. Walking into Michael's arts and crafts store is scary to me. Absolutely scary. My world of creativity was people could paint brilliantly. People could, do all of these crafty things. I'm not crafty. But that was what I thought creativity was. It's not. It's not creativity at all. But give yourself the time and space. Give yourself, I love my comfy chair with a cup of tea and not having to do anything for half an hour. So do that luxury. Now, the other thing I want to throw at you that may be uncomfortable, but I want to give it to you for a moment. Go out of your way to meet new people. Think about that. Go out of your way to meet new people. It'll open up a whole new horizon for you. It'll give you something to think about differently, something to look at differently. So we talked about 2 words, our 2 connector words for today are adventure and awareness. So I send you on your way on this beautiful Friday to have an amazing adventure and for you to be aware of the beautiful world in which we move through. I invite you to come here Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning for 45 minutes to re-energize your life, reconnect your body and soul, and reinvigorate your mind. So I will see you Sunday. And don't forget, we have Magical Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you will be hearing about, you guessed it, adventure and awareness. So until next time, as I always say, be flexible. Thank you for joining me.